Hello, this is for cancers for this week. What is it? February 27th, I believe, today, Monday. And let's see what we got for you, cancers. This is my crazy huge freaking, it's like a tablet size. It's a tarot deck. It's William Blake. And let's see what cards you guys get for your kind of theme for this reading. Let's pull this top one, see what it is for Cancer. We have Revision. Interesting. I just pulled this card for Libra. Not in the same spot, but Revision. Y'all are walking a thin wire this week, but it's up to you. Where it goes, what happens. You gotta stay in balance. Gotta keep up with the clues and not get stay cognizant, but not get too focused that you lose sight of movement of where you're going, and don't lose your footing, but be nimble. It's like two at once, living in two worlds at once, both end. And so that's going to be the theme for this week for this reading. Let's pull another just random shenanigans, see what you guys get. The Sun reversed. They got that card too in a different spot. That's crazy. Libra. So when things feel hopeless, feels like you're not getting the rewards that you expect or you hope for, you got to keep the faith. You got to keep up your vitality, your reason for living. Don't get so hopeless and depressed and down that you make the wrong move and easily fall off that ledge, because you're being called to make a big decision, to give something up or to start a new habit or way of being, a new lifestyle change possibly. But it's like a big choice of, if I do this, if I give this thing up that is bad for me or that is good for me, if I let go of that and sacrifice it, kind of like tithing, like at church, or if I give something up, I'm going to get something that's going to be worth giving that up, something beyond better. And that's a decision that you guys are being called to make this week. Is it worth it to forgo something that I really, really love or want, but maybe I shouldn't have right now? And if I clearly you're being asked to make the decision to let something like that go, because something that's worth more is going to be offered as a result. If you do that one thing, if you can do it and if you can stick to it and really mean it, or you don't have to do anything, you can just walk away from it and be without that reward that you could have, and maybe just settle for having that thing that you just can't get away from. You can't find yourself saying no to. But the sun is setting, and that's kind of telling me that it's kind of the end of the road as far as things are going right now. Like, it's time to make that choice. Like, it's a new day coming up, and this one is already ending. This is the close of a cycle. So time's ticking, sun's going to set. You're going to be cut out in the cold at night without the warmth of that sun if you don't make the best decision for yourself and for, the good of all. Let's pick one of these Akashic tarot cards and see what comes out for y'all here. And then I'll get on with a quick reading and see what you guys have, Cancer. So, stuff. It's just life. Always life. Same shit, different day, right? Ooh, what popped out? Two cards. Balance and the intricacies and industry. Balance. Again, that harkens back to the whole Libra shenanigan thing that I was just talking about. Because Libra got these first two cards in their reading as well. And Libra's all about balance, so maybe there's some Cancer and Libra connection coming up that I'm not seeing. Maybe some of you viewers are Cancers connected to Libras, or like a Libra moon or Libra rising or something. But there's the need for balance and the need to both end, be in both at once. And just kind of the cause and effect of making a decision that either will harm you potentially, or it could just bless you and stay the same. Or if you can let go of that thing that harms you or isn't as great as things could be, you'll get something even better. So stay in alignment. Do really what's best for you. And we know when we don't feel aligned with something. We know when it feels wrong. We feel it in our gut, in our heart, in our soul. Like, so, just feel at an uneasiness. And so listen to that. We should listen to it all the time, of course, but it's your intuition. But especially this week, it's just whatever brings you out of balance, like it's going to be pretty obvious and apparent. So when you're asked to make that decision, or maybe you need to ask yourself to make that decision, revise. And the light is dimming, so there's not a whole lot of sunlight left to see things as clearly as you had the chance to. So use what little you have left to keep yourself in alignment, and if anything's throwing you off balance, you better do what you need to do, because intricacies in industry, it's like, it's only going to get more complicated, and things are only going to get switched up even more, and there's more to lose. It's not just about your small little hopes and dreams. It's about how small we are in comparison to everyone and everything that we're connected to, because just being in this world, we're connected to everything in it. So, do what's right for you, but also be aware that that's doing to everything around you as well, in equal effect to what you're doing. So choose what's best for you, but make sure that it's not shitty for somebody else, Give to yourself what can give to others, not give to yourself to take from others. All right, so I guess I'm going to go to this deck. No, I wanted to read with this deck. So Cancer. All right. Got this deck from, what's that store called? Not the craft store, Michael's. No. Spencer's. Good old Spencer had these tarot cards for sale, and I took a chance, and they're kind of cool. I like this deck. I gave a reading to my mom the first time I used it, and it was pretty cool. I liked it. So, Cancer, what do we have for you for this week in relation to the sun reversed and the balance and all this other bullshit going on? 3 of Swords. Alien. Damn. You're hurting. You're hurting, or you're causing hurt. Someone's in pain. And it's the alien is what this card is. And oh shit, that's crazy. Libra. Again, there's a symbol of Libra associated with this card in this deck. Damn. Words are weapons. And somehow words are being used to slice shit up and inflict wounds and stab the heart. Somebody's feeling that pain, that stab, possibly bleeding. So I'm sorry if you're hurting and you feel like an alien, you feel like you're out of this world, you're not from here, you're feeling really just the pain of feeling away from home and no one understands you. It sucks, because if there's that Libra connection for Cancer's going to be feeling it really deeply, because sappy, sentimental, deep from the heart, and it's in relation to that connection or lack of connection of Libra that's being represented here. So feeling really isolated, split off, lonely, maybe just being without the people that really make you feel at home and just happy and feel loved. And maybe you got to make the choice that brings you closer to that and further away from this pain, or from causing that pain. Here we've got Fairy reversed. It is 4 of Wands. So things could always be better, but they're actually not as shitty as this card, the painful 3 of Wands, 3 of Swords is talking about. So there is room to fix things, really. If you're able to make the right decision, you could turn things around, and it's actually not as complicated as it needs to be, which is usually the case in human affairs. It's a lot more simple. Just follow what feels right. You know what's right and what's wrong, and what feels right and what makes other people feel shitty. So just follow that and do what you know is right, and go towards what brings warmth to your life, and what brings that life. Who do you live your life for? What is the thing that gives you life every day, that you wake up, get out of bed for? Reconnect with that, find that again, and go closer to that warmth that feeds your soul and gives you life, and away from the hurt and the pain, because that shit don't have to be so in your face. You don't have to pay attention to that as much if you focus on trying to not hurt others. If there's pain, obviously feel your pain if it's yours, and just observe it and let it go. Let it go, and just, if it's something that's hurting you, then make the decision to let it go and move on. Because that shit, the sun is setting on that, and you need to let that go too. Like, the day is come and the day is gone, and you're taking yourself out of balance if you continue to hurt yourself. There's that, but also Hermit reverse. They got that card too. Libra got that card too. So wow, that's crazy. Libra and Cancer are connected today in these two readings. So the Hermit reversed. You're feeling lonely by choice? Are you just kind of being selfish with your time, and not willing to give of your time, give of yourself to somebody else, people that need you, want your time? Is it by sheer selfishness because you're doing things that you don't want them involved with, or you just want to do what you want to do, and that may not require them? There's that side of it, but they could also be just people are missing you, and I think deep down you're missing those connections too. Here's Aries reversed. Aries is the opposite of Libra, so Aries does what it's about the self and identity. So it's going to do its best for itself. Other people may suffer at the detriment of others, and relationships may suffer because if Aries isn't aware that they're connected to other people, then their actions might just be whatever they see in front of them, and that's all that matters. And it's selfish so much, it's self-centered. So just be aware of how your actions affect others, and if you're taking time alone, take it, but then reconnect with the things that give you that warmth and that light of the sun, because that's what's most important, because that's going to take you away from pain and give you happiness and joy. So take your time out if you need one, but don't stay there too long, because it's going to be cold. And echoes this, actually. It's funny that it's right below it, because the sun, when it goes down, it's going to be a cold, hard night. Here's the Hermit with the Yeti, and he's reversed, so he lives the abominable snowman. He's used to being in the cold, which is another thing. Maybe you're used to it and you're fine with it, so you're cool with just being alone. But at the same time, we're not here to just be alone. We're here because we're responsible for each other. We're in this world together, so you can't just be a one-man show. You can't just be on your own like that. You're going to hurt yourself, and you're going to hurt others. So if you're not aware of it, just be aware that if you're not the one in pain, you're causing pain by taking this selfish time out. So think about what you're doing, and if it's really worth losing out on that love and that light, because that's kind of what it's going to end up with. The Moon reverse, Werewolf, and we've got the symbol for Pisces. Are you shape-shifting? Are you turning into someone you're really naturally not? It's not really you, but somehow you become this other person. Holding emotions in, keeping them to yourself rather than sharing. Being the Hermit who doesn't share really what they're feeling, but they should. Maybe that's what you need to make the sacrifice of sharing what you don't share, because you're going to get understanding from people. They're going to get why you've been so on your own, or why you've been leaving them on their own. But you got to communicate. Our voice bridges that gap of what one doesn't know and the other one does. So talk about your pain. It's okay if we all go through shit. We all have our reasons, and we all don't get each other's reasons until we explain and talk about it. So just open up some communication, some give and take. That's the Libra quality too coming through. Is just relate. Libra is the relationship sign. So connect, talk to each other, figure it out. Don't be a dick, obviously, and don't just turn into this monster because you aren't willing to talk about what's really going on. Reverse the moon. Could be a new moon, which is a new beginning, which actually, this is like the sun is setting. That's the end of a cycle. This could be like representing a new moon, a new cycle. And you're being called to, what are we going to do at this moment in time? It's a big kind of door opening to something new. You're going to walk through it, you're going to close it and walk away, or, you got to figure that shit out and share, because other people are seeing that you're someone that's not normally you. Are things getting out of hand? Have things been so out of hand that, you maybe need help to get control again? Because you're hurting, and if it's not you, you're hurting other people. So there's responsibility here as a human to the people that you're connected to. And there's, balance, revision. It's time to see things in a new light. It's funny because Libra got that too in one of their cards, a totally different card, but this one says revision. It's normally the Hanged Man, but it's time to take a second look at what you're doing and how other people around you are receiving that. Like, just flip the roles maybe. What if you were them and they were you, and they were doing to you what you're doing to them? Would you understand it without them talking to you about it? Or would you feel the way that they may feel, and maybe it'll help you to see their perspective when you look at it from their shoes. All right, I'll pull one more card and see. Oh, right there. 3 of Pentacles. Just collaborate. 3 is a number of happiness, fun, creation, expression, talk. Again, talk. And just get out of your usual behaviors and habits and routines. And just go out, maybe work on something together, some sort of project together. Rejoin the group, rejoin the people that love you, the civilization, and let that be an icebreaker to open up communication. But you're also receiving help. It looks like you're getting some sort of outside aid that is assisting you to make that decision. So if it's somebody that's helping you, giving you kind of counsel, just feel free to share with them, because you're not alone. You don't have to be alone in your pain. And you are changing, you are transforming, but let it be for the better. Go about it for the right reasons in the right way, so that you don't have to cause needless hurt. There's a lot at stake, and it's really in how you handle it, the decisions you make, and if you're aware how that's going to affect other people more than just yourself. We have Capricorn. Yeah, think of the whole. Think of everyone together, holistically, rather than just the bits and pieces and the parts, and like the you, and how that is only you and disconnected from them because they're only them, and that has nothing to do with you. No, you guys have a relationship. You're connected to people. There's no way around that. Yes, do you, but do you in a way that's not going to hurt other people. Just don't be a dick. Love yourself and others, and remind people what they mean to you. Remind them, because they easily forget, and we get so caught up in this world, and it's changing so fast that it's easy to forget. We need that home connection, that ET phone home. We need to reconnect with those things that really feel like home, our roots that ground us, and that's where we come from. Because we're changing so much, more than ever, you need that connection that gives you that sense of self, of who you really are, who you've always been, and who part of you always will be. So honor the people that are those few people that truly understand you and know where you come from, and that you feel that comfort to share like that. Remind them how much they mean to you, because if you don't say it, you're not going to ever create a memory of where they're going to remember that one time that you let them know. You made them feel how good it feels to just know that you appreciate them or you love them. Like, get happy memories. Life is too short. Shit's happening too fast. Don't waste it being confused. You don't have to. It's a new cycle. Start it off right. Just share, collaborate, communicate, come together. Basically, it's the overall message. So Cancer, that's what we got. Be a magical fairy who gives to others and not just selfishly wants the applause for themselves, like Tinkerbell, for example. And don't be alone on your dark, cold, especially when shit gets cold at night, when the sun sets, and you're in need of the simple things, not the intricacies of industry, like just the simple things. Just be good to each other, be good to the people that you care about, If you're in pain, just share it. Okay, I'm done. I'm talking about all this. Have a good week, and I hope you guys figure out whatever you need to figure out. Amen.